All right, I'm back. Sorry, you guys. There's a lot going on. I was coming back. They're already phoning me. So, yes, this is going to be one of those lives where I'm actually doing readings. So, yeah, they're already trying to get a hold of me. I threw them off because I was like, I want to enjoy this coffee. My little tea. It's not technically coffee, it's technically tea, but gives me, it feels like it, no caffeine. So yeah, they're gonna pull me away. So I'm already getting ready. I'm getting ready for that. Um, but nonetheless, have a good morning and thank you for dropping in. I just set the energy a little bit different, um, but I'm gonna be focused though. You'll still be able to see me do the work that I do, which is be a spiritual compass for others. Yeah, it's just like a rare thing. I said, you know, they'll be okay. That was in my head. I'm like, yeah, this is not like I do this all the time, and I was here early as well, so I pretty much adhere to the few days that I have given them. Very rare that I'm like, just give me a minute. Anyway, it was well worth it. And today actually is the last day, or the last day before. So tomorrow we actually are starting another, like the last little section. Also, Leo is coming to an end. A pleasure, Donald here. Good to speak with you. You're here. Good to speak with you. And today, where would you like to start our reading? Oh, well, let's take a look and see what's going on here. Energy says it's like I see a hand on his shoulder. It's kind of like pull him back in, like pull him back, bring him back. I'm hearing energy like that. So I do get the sense that there's something that he's sorting out, but it's going to be sorted. I'm also seeing a grandfather, maybe his grandfather, or like a like a father figure around him as well. That's also guiding him through this thing that he's got going on. Is what I'm picking up on. Who's also relaying information, letting me know that the intention is for him, to find his way back, more or less. That's the spirit that's here, is what I'm seeing. Okay, so then on top of that, the resolution is okay. So he is traveling a bit. I'm also seeing a friend around, like a friendship of sorts. It seems like there's somebody like a friend I'm seeing. Well, we're gonna see that to see what's going on there. They're saying that it's unexplainable in the fifth dimension. The timing of it all seems like that's what he would be doing, but I don't want to assume. I want spirit to tell me that if that's what it is, and they're going to with this method. So we're gonna go right into that question. Um, but I can sense that there's something dealing with compatibility within the romantic elements. So something dealing with that. We just need to know if he's talking about you or another woman. And with that said, we should be able to get our answer. So here it says, okay, I see you're number one who's come up, money wise, house wise. Only wife, woman so far it's only relevant for you. You're the only woman friend. This is a friend, but not a lady friend, not a woman. Like, is he? But is he doing? Is it an affair happening? My spirit, the spirit that's grabbing at him, which I believe is his grandfather, is saying no. He's not having an affair. He's not having. This is not an affair situation. But there is a friend who is kind of like he can bounce ideas off of. Is what I can tell. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Yeah, look for him on his way back. Okay. All right. He just time away. All right. Good. All right. Whew. So, yeah. Though I'm not interested in having an affair, but you all do have affairs. So I work with your questions surrounding affairs and things like that. And sometimes, couples kind of split, they spend some time apart. You know how you all do. Sometimes you have some time away from each other. But I think they're going to work it out at the end. And his grandfather was coming through. Like, they saw this man with brown hair, a little bit of graying, and he's just like, "Don't worry, we're dragging him back." Basically, his grandfather's like, "Go back home and deal with your wife," but he doesn't want to have an affair. Not necessarily, not an affair. So that's good to know that he's not. It's not an affair. Let's see. Uh, what did? Hold on. Let me get to the Ooh, more, more tarot. More psychic readings. Ooh, more psychic readings, and no affairs on my end. Right. No affairs. Yeah. No booty call. Yeah. Just psychic reading, just tarot, and I work with my clients getting paid spiritually and also monetarily. Yeah. Ooh, more tarot. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, it says, sorry, thank you for, yeah, I cleaned it up. Yeah, that's right. I cleaned up that stuff. You buy or your self cards. Yeah, well, I interpret cards and also symbols. I thought about creating my own cards. Yes, but these are all bought. Right. Yeah. Gifted. I am gifted. Yes. So much. If you want me to make you turn green in the cheeks, I have education and university education. I've had spiritual gurus. I started when I was young, a teen, youngest in an organization from Oklahoma called Opera Organization, Psychic Educational Research Association, blah blah blah. All, and I'm in the professional sector expert. I work with the clients of famous psychics in Europe, and I'm with the biggest company here in America. Blah blah blah. Why are you spitting on your wall yesterday? What made you so mad? Um. So I don't. That is remove that. That's nothing. We had a wonderful conversation yesterday. We had a beautiful. I gave readings to two psychics. Well, they weren't psychics, but there were two people I gave readings to yesterday. So I just a bit baseless how you're coming across. So yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm something I'm not. I'm not gonna pretend. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? What? Yeah, what? I can't hear what you are saying. I can't really make out what you're saying. So, yeah, don't know what you're talking about. Can't really make out what you're talking about. Yeah, make it. You gotta make it make sense. Thanks. Make it make sense. Sorry. So anyway, so today I'm working, reading with my clients and getting them in the right order, helping everyone spiritually ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the new, well, it's kind of like the last little bit of the chapter before we need 7 more days to notch, and then we'll enter into the next chapter. So I'm looking forward to the next chapter myself. So yeah, definitely going to get people and moving in the right direction. It'll be fun and new beginnings underway. So let's do that. We're on their way to doing very serious, special work. So yeah, it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be a great week. This week's about actually it's about meeting. It's about getting connected to others. It's about following through with the conversations between themselves and other people as well. So, yeah, be keeping a special eye on things. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, pretty nice. Pretty nice where we're going with all of this. It's going to be an amazing adventure, amazing day. Um, Helping people to get to the right directions where they want to go, where they see themselves, where they wish to be. I'm looking forward towards actually opening up these new doors. I am definitely talking about we're moving to more analytical subjects soon. People are analyzing their vision, their thoughts, and see how the things that they like vision wise, especially like going back and that you have to trace back and identify their vision and help their vision become manifest. But their vision is personal, so it's something that one has dreamed about for a very long time. It could be something that was years ago, that like it could be, I guess, kinda your young person dream, but something that you would actually fulfill though. It can't be like you always wanted to go to Aspen. It would be something more akin to like if you ever believed in a destiny, what exactly would that be? If you felt that you had a purpose and you wanted to fulfill your purpose, so it's like a purposeful, fulfilling task. But it usually has something to do with your career, though. I'm finding. Sidebar: relationships are involved in this, but that's a separate subject. So specifically, this is something that it actually it would have taken you a very long time to complete. So it could be like moving into self mastery, that you're ready to take on the new enterprise. It could mean that as well, but that would be more likely something that you've mastered, and you wanted to do it maybe 15 years ago or 5 years ago, and it just not really come together. Maybe people made sure it hadn't come together. Maybe we decided to move to Idaho, and it kind of like derailed our journey for a while, and now it's come back. Now whatever you're trying to do, maybe you still live in Idaho, and now you're able to do what you wanted to do so long ago, but they're right there where you live. So it could be that. It just means that the opportunities are presenting themselves already. So yeah. So that's something to look out for. Keep an open mind about. Yeah. It should it should be a nice. um, a nice direction, I think, where to go, something to consider. Because, this is that one time where your path, it shouldn't fail you as long as you take it seriously and you progress with it. You should definitely not feel or be kind of led to feel that you're lost or in between worlds. Sometimes people do second guess themselves, but you should be left actually with like very tangible steps to take. I think, well, okay, some of my clients have done things their way for so long that they made every error that they could. So a lot of failures, as they say, to lead to one win. So it's like they missed it so many times that they know exactly, like they have the answer now because they've chosen all the wrong doors till they're just left with the correct doors to open. More, that's a great way of saying it. So, anyways, good for them, good for you, and in these directions, upcoming, and we'll just continue to develop our reading. Yeah, good. So that is what we are moving towards. I just have to make sure that I'm absolutely ready for this new journey as I am. Good. Yeah. Enjoying the life, spiritualists and making all of those connections. My goodness. I do have some clients that are like, what they call it, they, will, they kind of will try to hang out, type, like hang out in a space for a while. And, in months, even a year can pass and before they actually start their journey, their real journey. Um, but what ends up happening is they find themselves in between two hard places, and then they're trying to figure out. But people tend to be stubborn as well. They'll stay around. They'll stick around in that space too. They'll stay there, even if they're in between two hard places. And so it's the best way is to shift that weight onto them, and then they're in a position now. It's so, all right, now that it's a little bit tad bit uncomfortable, a tad bit uncomfortable, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay there for a minute? Okay. Well, in the meanwhile, do this. This is what you should be doing. That's what you're going to focus on. You're going to focus on, establishing your online presence. Wonderful. All right. Like, then, okay, we'll line out these goals. Okay. And we'll meet back in a week's time. Sometimes it's like that. Like, in other words, eventually a person is like, okay, on life terms, don't play with your life, like, yeah, because end up, eventually you'll end up getting to a place where you're like, there's something out of this that I want now. I want to benefit from this, whether it's a piece of property or a relationship. There's something you're going to want that's going to cause you to like start living the life that you're meant to live. As you're making all these sub tracks manifest because you bent in your ways, but as long as you eventually are working towards your life path, then that's going to work out for you as well. You'll get there. Yeah, even if it takes you some time, it may take you a little bit of time, but once you're there, your mind is fixed or focused on what your intentions or what you're going to and what you intend to do. What I meant, your intentions, what do you intend to do? That you will pursue with all your heart and mind. But beforehand, we want to say, like, yeah, we see it. You know, we see all of the astrological, universal symbol patterns, these patterns that let us know to tell you, what are you waiting on? Do it. Go for it. Make it happen. Make your path real. Like um, like don't just talk about, that you're gonna get that yoga studio and you're gonna have a class and people are gonna be sitting around and you're gonna be instructing them and telling them about meditation and helping them with their spirituality. Don't just talk about it. Don't just say, "Oh, I could do it." And yeah, you're gifted and all of the lingo and you know how to help people improve their well-being, their wellness and health. Do it. Do it. Like we tell you the information, like how to do it, how to like plan to market it. The people who are going to run to this studio, you could be, quite successful at it. So yeah, always words of encouragement, regardless of what it is. If it's being a counselor, so to speak, a spiritualist type of counselor, or running a group type of teacher, type of counselor, you know, um, a lot of Reiki people, a lot of people who work with healing, I guess, or who are insightful enough to connect with angels. We just give you the information. We're like, here, this is a great way to start. You can open it up and dive head first into this if you want, but this is how you can do it, the process to get real results and get results fast. Like contact this step, ask for this, ask for that. We tell you literally, you know, but sometimes people might just want to connect and then when it's like, okay, now it's saying, so what if you do what if you okay, so now you're what they call it, giving a lecture to a group. Is that what you wanted to do? Plan to give a lecture next week? Was that on the plan? So yeah, that's a lot. So it's like, okay, why were you presenting to the universe that you wanted to be a spiritualist or be a guide to others if that's not what you really wanted to do? Like, why say that? Because we definitely know how to do it. We can sort of advocate for you because we've come through that space. We climbed our way through those spaces so that we could tell you exactly how to maneuver. Hmm. It's nothing incredibly, um, like we call it mysterious. It's very much open. It's just, like it's it's so fundamental, so well, everything is so well coordinated. It is because one thing is for certain, it's highly organized, right? So like it's an organized event that we're talking about, and we just and we're saying that the moment that a person asks, we just give them the information like, here, do this, and this, and this, and this. So that means I'm like, the next time we talk, whether if it's 3 weeks from now, or 3 months from now, or three or a year from now, I'm thinking, well, surely you've already at least visited, um, and going out on an expedition and discovered one of these organizations. And you can do smaller ones. There's global ones that are that travel the world even. And when they're in your area, or if you can make it to wherever the abroad where they are, you can participate, you know and even be a vendor as well. You be a vendor, an author. So yeah, we, what do you call it? We don't uh, take like shield information from you. No, we tell you exactly how. Like, I mean, when I say tell you how to do it, sounds like, again, it's going to take 30 minutes, 10, 20 minutes of your time, and it's something that you got to pay for. No, like the moment a person says, I have been thinking about starting a studio, I've been thinking about doing something similar. I just don't know who to talk to, where to begin. Immediately, out of excitement, I'm like, oh, that's easy. Go here, and ask for this specific, and you'll be set up like you, and then do this, do that. And they're like, because it's almost like, well, I don't know. I'm like, no, that's how they all are run. I'm telling you exactly how they run. The moment you get to the door, who to ask for, and get started. Don't you want to do this seriously, right? I mean, they could start, like, be on the next roster. You could be on the next schedule. You could be on the next schedule, be in the newsletter that they're going to send out, or the magazine. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So yeah, you don't have to, like, what makes you so special. No. If you want to take a crack at it, I know exactly where to send you. And how yeah, you could be displaying or showcasing your gifts, actually this October, if you wanted to, if you really wanted to put yourself out there. I'm just saying, you have to uh, grow your own tree, though. You have to grow your own gift, or become skilled working with your own gift and your talent. Perfect your talent, sharpen your talents, but yours. You can't have mine. You can't have mine, but like, if you're like, here's your gift, and you're just starting out, I know exactly where to point you, and I will. I like, here, go there, go here, do this, do that, and you do, and you'll immediately get a response. And then you'll start, your journey, but it'll be your journey. It wouldn't be you taking something off of me, or taking my fruit from my tree. That's my fruit, my tree, my gifts. And I have worked with my gifts to skillfully, become even more talented in what I do, gifted in my gifts. So yeah, I could take my gifts, places, and you can take your gifts. In fact, we'll point you to where you the best channel your gifts, and you will do what you do, not what I do. You'll do what you do your way, and spiritually, you'll do all of this your way. Something like that. I know what I tried to say, but yes, I'm in a good place, and you know, and I know we're moving into the 3 spiritual months: October, November, December. Um, and of course, we know October is full of, definitely psychics and, the harvest, what people sometimes call it, um, the veil thinning, towards the Day of the Dead, whether that be November 1st and 2nd, you know, what people are going to say. First start with the psychics and then work their way up, as always, every year. But they could do that at any, I mean, why just go with October? We psychics are psychic, not only just all year round, well, yeah, not just annually, but all year round. That's what I meant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely, the readings that I'm going to do are connected with my clients that I do every day, by the way. So what I mean is that is my career, is being more psychic than the general public. That's why people who are spiritual and they're intuitive in their own right, like a person who knows how to take care of their health in their own right, but still goes to a nutrition smart is intelligent enough to go to the nutritionist, before they start, let's say, whatever, fasting or working on a diet plan, things like that. They're an athlete professionally. Um, they can teach people, how to do some of the basics, the fundamental basis of being, whatever the under the athletic department they're in. Not only that, when they also have to go to, let's say, a masseuse, they have to go to, a massage therapist. They have to go to a massage therapist. They have to go to a nutritionist. They have to go to a doctor. They have to go to these other professionals as well. So, and so spiritualists and psychics alike, they also spend time with me as well. So, and yes, I definitely need to know more than the general public. I need to know more than you do. Okay, I say it. I have to know more about what I'm talking about than you. I have to know more about the tarot cards even than you. So yeah, it's but yeah, tarot cards, um, and everything, all the other subjects too that we talk about. Because we have an array of subjects, and one subject that I don't cover, and that's how to be pessimistic. Uh, what's the other one? Sarcasm is okay. Cynic, not to be a cynic. I don't. This is not a place to learn how to be a cynic, um, and to be negative. I don't really like to use positive or negative, evil or good. I like to say beneficial. So I think unbeneficial, non-beneficial. We don't learn to be non-beneficial over here, or um, is it unproductive or non-productive? Non-productive. We don't study any of those over here. We don't learn how to be worse than we are, or worse than as we can be. We learn how to make improvements. We learn how to grow and shift our consciousness. And if we have a motto, we have many mottos, by the way. It starts with, if you're truthful with yourself first, universe will be truthful to you. If you're honest and you're honest with yourself, universe will be honest with you. Or if you're honest with spirit, my favorite one is, if you're honest with the universe will be honest with you. That comes when people are working with me and they're like, some people like, they're like playing games and like, well, and acting coy. And I always break the ice by saying, well, if you're honest, well, I always wait till they are say something honest. I said, ooh, now there you are. That's where I've been looking for. Now you're being honest. You're being genuine now. And if you're when you're honest with the universe will be honest with you, or the spirits. You're truthful with the spirits, spirits will be truthful with you. So that kind of like let people know, like, look, this is serious, like say what you mean, say exactly what you want, and let's see what comes through. Sometimes it isn't what people want exactly, obviously, because just because you say a lot of positive things. Well, I'm going to use that word positive. I don't like the. I don't try not to. I'm trying not to use positive anymore or negative, but more like beneficial. So, yeah, I probably should start now. So let's say all of the information is beneficial to you, regardless. It's just that sometimes people may want a very specific thing, or person, or place, or position, and not all the time is spirit going to say, oh, guess what, they get this position or they get that person. It's like, so then it goes into some spiritual territory when that happens. um, the basis of that would, well, why not? Well, my guy, the lady said no. Period. Or like, that dude, that man can do anything he want to do, and he's definitely doing that. If read between the lines, you know. So, but then then it gets spiritual. Now it's like, well, oh my gosh, if he can't have her, then he'll never love again. Well, women, I'm like, when a man said that, I was like, you're not saying anything new. You're saying exactly what the women say, but you're just saying it in the masculine form. You're just saying it as a male. Women say that too, but I've also had the opportunity to continue the walk with people whose person didn't come back. um, and I've experienced this in many forms. Like, one is, they said they weren't gonna move on. They end up meeting somebody fabulous, and then they just call and kind of like do like a checkup, a psychic spiritual checkup on the person who don't know how to reciprocate the love. But I've also read in a way where they were fixated on the person, and then at the very end of the reading, they said, oh, by the way, so I have one more question, and then I'll let you go, I promise. So there's this guy or girl that keeps, letting, like, is dating me and asked me on the date. I don't know if I should do it or not, if I should go. And it's like, yes, you should. Like, why do you open up with that? We could have spent all this time talking about that. But they're like, well, I just don't know. That's my dilemma. Do I go or do I decline? I'm stuck on this guy. And I'm like, this is good just to release some energy. Go just to release some steam. Let your hair down. Donald here. Okay. A pleasure. Hi there. Yes. Oh, that sounds good. Hmm. Yes. Sure. Okay. Mm. Okay. Yes, I sure have. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Mm. Right. The worst thing a person is positioned to do is to raise fears in you, to cause you to fear. Mm-hmm. 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 You sound like he sounds generalizing. You're generalizing something, and sometimes like there's different methods that magicians use that they like skeptics, like hot readings, right, cold readings, things like that, which I study these like Barnum statements and firing off questions at people and see what sticks, or speaking in generalities. So, and then you'll just put it where it matches, and then you'll fill in all the details. So I study these things so that I make sure that I know what not to do exactly. Because I want to believe in psychics. I don't consider this magician stuff and like, oh, it's just magician. It's like a trick of a trade. I don't see it as that. And so he gives me that feeling like he's playing off your fears, and he knows how to do it. He knows what the right words to say, and you're filling in the blanks. No, you're not. You're like any of us. We're searching. You know, like really smart people, right? Who sign up for these accredited universities only to find out that they're not even accredited. You know, you're not stupid. You're not stupid. All right, you're pursuing knowledge. Is it that he's taking advantage of you because you're new to the space? Okay, good. Always got your back. Number one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to see. It's one thing having light, but you have to protect your light. That's what makes you separate. That's what makes you different. You've got to be strong enough, courageous enough to stand in your light and say, "My light is not budging. My light is not leaving me." You have to get to that point. Right. Sure. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. No, see, that's what I'm talking about. He's instilling fear in you, but you must understand that he will not want to, uh, as you say, if I be straight down with it, hex you because you didn't give him something, didn't give him money. That's not what he'd be. Even if he could do it, which I don't believe he can do it, he wouldn't want to do it because he had to take that onto himself. And people who actually can do it, we're talking about you have to disrespect my grandmother to make me want to do that. Like her really, but not just like like deny her. I mean, like you have to like almost like like assist her into going to her grave early. Like I'm just being straight up down, like telling you straightforward, so that I want you to get out of this idea that people are running around hexing people for no reason, or just because you don't want to do business with them, they're doing that because they're not going to want to do that because that they literally have to bind themselves to that experience and share in the punishment. Like to punish a person is to be punished. That's how it works. That's from their rule book. That's not even. I mean, I'm not even into that. But that's what they. That's their principles they go by. They really don't go hexing people. So please don't fear him that he's going to do anything. Even if he could, he wouldn't just do that to you without harming himself. Well, it isn't because of like backfire. It's not even because, well, he did that, so God must do this to him or somebody or your light must. No, literally, he has to accept that he has to take on the bad mojo himself and put that on you. That means this is talking about like vengeance. Like if that's why I went to the extreme and said you would almost have to like hurt somebody in his love, like who he loves in his family, to want to do something like that. You can't even pay people like the real ones who can do it. They won't even accept your money unless they actually know. They have to like ask the guides or ask the spirit world if what you're saying is true, like validate your collaborate your story that somebody has really harmed you in a way that they're gonna get mixed up in your business. So they don't just do that. Okay. I just don't want you fearing anybody. Not even spiritually. Okay. Good. Okay. Right. Yes. Okay. He's being persistent. Hmm. Right. He's being a bit of an energy vampire. You definitely, like might want to, like send your like after you, like make your last declaration, which is a confirmation that hey, I said I'm really not interested and I'm moving on, and this and block him or put him in spam, however it works for yours. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Yes. Yes. I know he doesn't want Michelle Knight on him. Hmm. Sure. Okay. Hmm. Yes. Good. All right. We can move on. That's right. See how you're in charge? You said I want to talk about something else now. Let's move on from that. There you go. All right. You're in charge. Sure. Well, the way that I've been reading is that we're still going through some things with the seventh, being that this is the last 7 days or week of Leo. So this is where meetings are happening in Leo. So things are going forward from meetings that become an event. Hmm. But yeah, this is the last of the section of a full paragraph, or excuse me, full chapter, the last bit of the chapter. But we're just this next little last piece, this the eighth, because it goes up to the fifth. For me, well, it's the 14th technically, like but it's to the 15th. So we just added. So it's just like 7 day energy here. Hmm. Got it. Sure. Well, hence that's what, of course, that's what we've been. Now that we can put the mystique aside, the mystique with the mystery. That's what we're referring to. This meeting, or you move into the second phase of the process for the interview, so that you can say, all right, from there that come from that interview, hence reaching out beyond the 14th or 15th, etc. You actually saying, okay, finally I've got the job. I landed the job perfectly. So I would say, so you mean this week you want me to prepare for this meeting or this interview? 1000% yes. This week, we want to focus on, or Monday, which is tomorrow. Some people are saying, you mean Monday? Monday? I'm like, yes, start on Monday. Although 5 business days, but yes, 5 business days, actually. Yes. Yeah, sure. Right. Hmm. Right. Of course. Mm. Hmm. 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 Right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Good. Good. Because she's like, I'm not volunteering my time to message him this and not expecting any money. So neither are you. You're her winning horse. He's like, no, you cannot put a fool's gold on my winning champion. No, no. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is what we're describing. So you talked about yesterday. So could you please, would you mind shifting your mind to tomorrow? Okay. So so tomorrow is Monday. Okay, so we're there. So although we want you to focus on tomorrow, we want you to focus on the period of 5 days. between Monday and Friday. That's because those are everybody's secular days on the Gregorian calendar. So during this time, how your interview matches is that during this period of 5 days, there's going to be an interaction, but that interaction is just no ordinary interaction. It's a place where you both will meet and communicate, and then shift your dialogue into action, more or less. So it's more like this interview is where it goes from now you're talking to now we're talking about, so when can we start? How long will it take, you think, for you to get here? We already have your lodging in place. We're starting to talk about real, things like events, real things that's going to manifest. That's what's upcoming in these meetings. That kind of the level of conversation. But then from that conversation, last piece, I promise, and that is, well, it kind of pushes us beyond the 15th and so forth. Is yeah, this is only for like 7 days total, but it pushes you into the next chapter. So this week is the final paragraph for us to enter into the new chapter, which is all about this analytical space that you're going to really enjoy. You being out there working now you're working or on your way to work. Well, you could be on your way, you could be in flight as well, but this means you finally, being that these next 5 days, you fulfilled all that there was is to fulfill in your contract, or to obtain in your contract, rather. You're fulfilling your ability to obtain, and you won the contract. Now you're told your start date, you're on your way to fulfill the contract. That's what we mean. So on your way to fulfill the contract, 15th beyond. Yes, that's right. That's what I see. So according to the reading, is what we're saying here, is that you of course you want to go in there with your mind sharp, as you said, have the kettle on the stove. I mean, like, really be alert and aware, and do all of them. The way that you do your interview is amazing, and it really comes through for you so far. I know you hate me saying that. You're like, I don't hear that. I don't think I do well in interviews, but you have done really well in interviews, extremely well. Mhm. Sure. Um, mhm. Right. Well, actually, I hadn't read on him yet, and there was some, like, for a while we hadn't talked, so we didn't talk about him especially. That's the first, but I knew I'm following your reading all the time, even if we're not talking. So that other guy who's telling you, "Oh, I see something on you," I'm over here seeing you already having interviewed, so that you can prepare to do an interview meeting to getting the job. So you know what I'm saying? Okay, real stuff here. So real important stuff, life stuff. So you about money in your career. So I get the sense that the interview is going so well that I'm allowed to psychically see across the realms you doing, in this next interview, that you're going to, be fantastic. But then let's see what he thought of you, though, like, actually in the interview. Okay, so that's how I predict the future. Okay, so I'm just being psychic over here. So what I could see in this realm is this. Um, he remains open to you. You do remind him of somebody, so that's good. You remind him of a dear, like somebody who he's very close to, like a dear friend. He's not. He is straightforward, but not rigid. Where he's not flexible. He's flexible. Yeah, he's very flexible, and also his lifestyle is more flexible than not. Meaning, he's had real life experiences, and he understands being in a complicated position. And he understands, like, working, like, in the beginnings, there might be a little bit of a rocky start, But he says on paper you're fabulous. He already believes that you're a phenomenal match on paper, and so far as like he looked at, like he's with you through the interview process, and only that, he says he could manifest working with you, no doubt. He believes that you could absolutely fulfill the the position. And you want to know the level of, like, okay, so who is it that you remind him of? He was specifically looking to see if you remind him of particularly any woman in his life who he's dated. So he sees qualities in you, that's qualities like either like the mother of his children, or like a woman who he fell in love with and she loved him long ago, and their situations, like how did she problem solve, do you problem solve, do you get along well with him, and does you get along with others, so he's looking at, when he says you remind him of someone, you remind him of someone of his past, and someone special to him, who he fell in love with, and who loved him long ago. And he believed that you had the ability, like on paper, so far as like, but I'm here to work though. So so on paper, he says, let me see. Oh, I love your resume. In other words, I love what I'm reading about you. And then you turned out to be phenomenal. Like, he has no doubts that you will fulfill your duties, the tasks. Okay, so that's what he felt about you in that one session, that one sit down. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Yes. Wow, that's amazing. Never goes quite to plan. You're on your toes. You're thinking on your toes then. Okay. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. You are at the top. And he does favor you, and he doesn't feel uneasy about you. Like, he feels quite good about you as a choice. It feels like I'm looking into this. Like he will, like he wants to speak with you again, sort of thing. Like, he wants to speak with you again. Specific. Let's say that correctly. He wants to speak with you definitively. I say this week. This week he wants to speak with you again, and it's going to do really well. The interview is going to go well. Okay, understood. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Of course. Oh, yes. Yes. And that would have been lovely to include that as well. Like, hey, straight down the middle. And also, if I come along, that you cover my luggage. That would have been okay to ask. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Yes. He'll ask again. Yes. Or it'll come up again. Right. Well, it'll come up again at least. Sure. Right. Right. He's feeling confident about definitely your pick. Like you're somebody we must speak to again. And of course, I have a feeling that the conversation about you getting there, the cost and prices of things, and then you're putting out there, oh, by the way, if he could cover the luggage, and that is not pushing it. That's not even scratching the surface. He's like, oh, that's okay. That's not a big deal. That's fine. Hmm. I get the sense that this week is important, an important one. It's a productive week. It's a time where your ideas, your inventive ideas, and he's also working with you as like a partnership that's becoming an action. We're going forward. We're going to do this and make it happen. We're moving forward with our ideas and intuition this week. This is already time. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Right. And that's the way energy vampires roll. That's what they do. Yes, but there's a way you can protect yourself even from energy vampires by doing what you did today. You're acknowledging your light and he can't have it. And if you want to share, like you want to like go climb the tree, climb the ladder to, up and grab him a piece of fruit or, whatever, and bring him a branch or bring him an apple, then you can do it figuratively, meaning your energy, but not your entire energy for the day, not wreck your day. Mm-mm. Right. Okay. Like reciprocation. See this guess who's reciprocating with you? The company, the elite company, and the lady who's helping you to make your connections, the gentleman with the Coldplay, well, by the way, that's a great color. By the way, I did catch it. That's good. Wow, they didn't they say that the man you would meet is gonna be he got the physical traits of good looking, on the good looking side. They call him handsome. So this is good. And you ask, is this somebody that's my soulmate? It's like, well, it's just somebody that you're gonna feel very comfortable working with for sure. Very comfortable. Yeah. Okay. Sure thing. That's okay. Nice. Good. Okay. Okay, and then he has a girlfriend, and that's what we meant by he has a more of a modern alternative. Like he's lived, like he's got, like you say, he's had relationships. He's had a wife, ex-wife, girlfriend now. So he's not gonna be, like stepping back into, into the, an age before time, like age before the modern day. Nothing like that. Even traditionally, oh, moving to this traditional home, and there's all these rules and boundary lines and limits. Nothing like that. We did discuss that also readings before as well. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna love this environment. He's not gonna have, like, he's gonna be like we described how you interact with everybody. Everybody's like, oh, just talk to us. Just walk up and talk to us. Sit down with us. Come hang out with us. Things like that. He's not gonna be like the family, the guitar family. Everything you saying today, I'm only validating, which I'm not regurgitating what you said. I'm just validating what you said. That what the readings had said that you're going to really enjoy that modern. You said, I just need to be in a place where I can relax and be me. And because you're very modern, like you like to exercise, you like to, be fit and like dress away, and you're very comfortable in your own skin, and you're with him, you'll be able to be all of that. You don't have to try as hard. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Yes. Like make meeting new people. Okay. Right. Exactly. Hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Mm-hmm. Indeed. So I do get the strong sense that indeed you will. You will meet a special someone, of course. But that's different. I mean, specifically, but through him as the medium. Yes, he will. But he's also gonna be very, like, he'll ask you if it's okay, like he would once say, like kind of like take charge and, of your life and of your time, and hey, I want you to meet somebody. It's gonna be more like, hey, I have this friend. Would you, you mind if, like, I just want to introduce you, to my friends, and you're around. We consider you close enough. You're a friend as well. So it's gonna be very socially, you know, uh, driven, the way that I see this happening, like especially like a small gathering of sorts. Like I feel like it's a house party as well, and you're around, and you're there for it. Like, hey, we're having this party. Come on down, kind of thing. Hey, would you like to come join us? Sit with the adults. You're not busy, are you? If you just want to, if you don't, but he's checking with you first. It's not like a demand. Oh, well, this part of your contract, you gotta attend parties. No, it's not like that. Yeah, he's very respectful, very modern, like, and also participating in more modern lifestyle. You know what I mean? And yes, yes, yeah. But I do see these like small gatherings, like friends over, kind of like a small gathering. I see a small, like it's not like a party though, but it's a small party. Hmm. Oh boy, I'm seeing both men and women who you meet. There's both men and women, not just a girlfriend. There's some young. When I say by young, they could be in their like 40s, maybe 30, 35 and up people, 39 and up, to 40s and 50, like there. So there's a nice range of adults here, women and men. So yes, like he's through him, you're meeting different people, different age bracket as well. But but in their 30s or late on the late end of 30s and up, I see. Hmm. Your absolute person for yourself is excluded from this conversation. And that just means that it's separate. It doesn't mean it's not happening. You're gonna meet that person on their own. This is just who are you gonna meet through him, through the dad. So we're just looking at reading that on your own. Yes. Like there's people you're gonna meet on your own. Yes, because you're gonna have social life experience. You're gonna have social life experience. Mm, yes. 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 Right. They don't know your person. Right. On your own. Through just social interaction. Because you have a big personality. Right? Okay. No counterfeit. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the way that I read, I don't pick up as you. I love that word, by the way. The counterfeit or the people we call them people posing as your twin flame or the false twin flames. We don't go hunting for them. People have to actually special request. Hey, I'm not. My fairy tale is not the picket fence in one house and a household, or one partner. Like I have like three. And that like explicitly tell me so I've met this guy, and what do you think? And it goes like that. Well, I'm like, I don't think this person is your soulmate. It's definitely not your twin flame, but will you have a great time? Yes. So yeah, we would know if this was counterfeit. That's how I read. I just wanted to let you know that. We actually walk around the passerby soulmates because, I mean, we're in the real world and we meet people passing all the time and like, woo, you have pretty eyes. She has gorgeous eyes, right? And so we, or he, so we catch on like that, and then things can happen, but doesn't mean that that person is meant to stick around. And sometimes people stick around longer than they should, or we do. So it just like we go around all of those to go specifically to the soul connection. That's we always start with those. Unless you restrict me, I specifically only go to the one that you're meant to meet. Other words, so like he's the highest guy, the one we've been reading, the one that you're gonna meet on your own. He's he's spiritually linked with you, for sure. And these guys, and this guys and gals, the ladies and the gentlemen, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, met through the dad. These are also real people too. They're soulful, healthy vibration, soul tribe like. Yeah, anytime you need to talk, anytime you want to go out, to the city, like just let me know and then we can set it up. We can go hang out in the city, go to a nice bar or go out to eat, that kind of thing. We go shopping together. I can show you all my best shops. Yep. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Hmm. Sure. Okay. 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 Yeah. Hmm. Right. 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 And we picked up about that. The people who are interested in dating like that, they're very clear. They know 1,000% how they think and feel and how they going what they're going to actually do. And they, hey, I spirit, be honest with spirit, and spirit will be honest with you. So I'm like, okay, let's make sure you got some healthy picks here. That's all I would say to that. We just want you to have healthy picks. But I already we picked up on that. You actually want a real connection. We've had some in-depth conversation. You told me a lot about like I really am like wanting to put pour all my energy into the one this time around. You're very clear. Hmm. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Indeed. Okay. I did. I was hanging about. I was just talking. I was like, well, let me just turn on just in case. I know, but Spirit already said they're not gonna call you till after 10. I said, okay, Spirit, I hear you, but I'm still gonna stay on for a little while longer. I stayed on till about 9:30, and then I took a 30 minute, and now I'm back. And I get to talk to you, Anusha. Yeah, you made my morning. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, you've been over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay. Well, this week is the week, so I will definitely make my. I'm planning on making myself available because it is the week. It's the last little bit. Yeah, yeah. So, all right. Okay. All right, love. Girl. Anusha is there's people in this world who do not even know how amazing they are. You kind of have to push them to admit it. Like every now and then it comes out. Like she says, "Well, my references for my school, you can't get any higher than that." Like there's very like little points, but when I hear them, I have to like pick them out and like, hey, see, look, you're doing it, you're doing it. Connect with this energy. But for the most part, like they're so afraid that they're being too much that they won't even acknowledge. Like there's some amazing smart people who are like multi skilled and gifted. There's so many skills on a list that they like use like 3 out of 10. Then you have these random things they can do. Oh, by the way, I just so happen that kind of thing. And then they discovered that they could employ their skills and gifts in different ways. Like I didn't know I could, like somebody who thinks that they're introverted turns out they're not. They're very much an extrovert, or somebody who does public speak before they weren't doing speaking and was like, I don't know, I feel just nervous about it. I can just do it when I need to stand up and speak about something. I have no problem there. But I never thought about now they when they're not public speaking, they feel odd. They feel out of place. So, so like there's people that that are just amazing humans and they don't even know. That to me, that is the most attractive quality is when somebody's glowing, beaming with this energy about them, or teaming with all these like abilities and gifts, and they're not even aware of it. Yeah, that's so beautiful to me. Like, because there's like arrogant people who do one gift and they half do that one, and they just think like a little bit that they do, like they gifted you with something. I met those types. I'm like, I just shake it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to empty out my brain on that. That was a lot. It was like, yeah. Anyway, we'll just keep meeting beautiful people. How much time we have? Um, we're on till, oh yeah, about 4 hours. We're 4 hours in. Y'all, I know I threw some people overboard. I know I did. Like some people went overboard. Some people was trying to play around and got dunked. Y'all trying to dunk. Y'all, we was swimming. And yeah, you didn't know. I swim like a fish, like a shark. And I took you and dunked you. You tried to dunk me. I don't even know you. You should be staying over there. You didn't come over there on the deep end, and I didn't grabbed you and pulled you under. And you like, so I was like, boy, you better come on, boy. You better look out, boy. Who gonna? Y'all try to tag team, and for that, everybody get it. There's no limit. They hands off nobody. You know, period. No discrimination. And with prejudice. So it's 11:40, from 12 to 1. So I have like 2 hours to go. Because from 12 to 1, 1 to 2. Okay, so I have 2 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, calculated. Calculated. I have 2 hours and 20 minutes. Calculated. Y'all came in here trying me. Y'all tried to, how many? Y'all tried to triple team me? Sure. Y'all got annexed like pretty bad. Y'all got annexed. Like, yeah, it was pretty bad, man. You got annexed. You got vetoed. You got cooped. But at least one thing you can't say, you can't go back and tell your leader that I started it. You did start it. I wasn't even messing with y'all. I was just coming in here to, as usual, to get to work. And then y'all came in here trying to break through our chain. You know we the in between. We stand in betwixt thee and thee. This is the firmament. You came over here, trying to peek, and nobody called you. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to close this one out, and then I'm going to come back in. And when I do, You know what's up. You better be in your seats. You better be quiet. I want all of your utensils out, what you're going to write with, already on top. I don't want you digging in your bag. I don't want you digging, under your desk or anything like that. Have your paper out and ready to listen with your thinking cap, your ears, nothing on your head, and just prepare to hear me listen. You gonna listen to me talk. Okay, so that would I'm just letting you know because it's what it is. Okay, so because you got cooped, you got vetoed, and you got overthrown. You came in here, and that's just what it is. Okay, so so next time when you come in here, you're gonna hear what you gotta do. You gotta make sure you gonna okay, because you get it, because you already know indiscriminately, but with much prejudice. I'm just letting you know already. All right now, okay.